Hello. When we left our story, Danny and Max were finally friends again, but there are other troubling matters to sort out. Maybe I can help, suggested Danny. I mean, not with Esme, of course, but with anything else. It's Esme I need help with, though, Dan. Mate, began Danny, deeply shaken and feeling like his own grandma. Mate, she's, French and 18, and you may be a bit out of your league, mate. His grandma's words would have been, all going to end in tears. He bravely said them. You don't understand, said Max. I do. All my brothers, one time or another, I've seen them on their knees. I'm not on my knees, said Max, not at all. Anyway, 18. It's not like she's 20 or something. I'll be nearly 16 myself next year. Danny, who was good at maths, looked surprised, but did not argue, and instead said, course you will, nearly, more or less. About? I've got to see her, said Max. You have? Yes, and really quickly, now. About her art. Danny looked at him in disbelief. Max saw the look and explained a bit more. You know those great big art books they do? She's been doing hers at our house, and there's something come out of it that needs to go back in. Like a painting or something? Asked Danny. One of the pages come loose? Yes, sort of, said Max, picturing Iffen. Yeah, there's something got loose, that's right, and she's handing a book in today, so I've got to stop her. Can't you just message her or something? Asked Danny, not believing a word of it. She's not answering. Does it matter that much? One loose page. It isn't just one loose page. How many? I can't explain, Danny, said Max a bit desperately. I just need to see her, that's all. Mate, you've got it bad, said Danny. OK, tell you what. Straight after last lesson, soon as we can, we'll go over to the college. I'll say I need to see my mum to get a lift home, and you're coming with me. Soon as they sign us in, you can shoot off and find her. Thanks, Danny, said Max gratefully. Thanks, really, really, thanks. Thank you. Oh, it was another message from Abby. You've had a minute. You've had ages. Thought of something, Max sent back. Danny's helping. It's got to work, wrote Abby to Max. It's got to work, said Max to Danny. Trust me, said Danny, happier than he'd been for weeks. It will. At first, it didn't seem like it would. They reached the college, breathless from running, and were signed at reception by someone who knew Danny's 4 brothers and wanted a good long chat about each of them. It seemed hours until they escaped at last into the teeming corridors. There Max glimpsed Esme, lost her, raced, caught up with her again, and found himself mistaken. Esme? Asked the stranger. Never heard of her. She's French, you must have, said Danny, who'd come panting up behind. The stranger rolled unfriendly eyes, sighed, and walked away. What will we do? Asked Max, despairing, and just then Danny's mother arrived. Danny! Max! She exclaimed. Just who I need. Follow me, follow me. And she rushed them into an office at the back of a big, messy classroom. Hold out your arms, she ordered, and loaded half a huge pile of art portfolios into Danny's, and the other half into Max's, and added her keys to Danny's heap. Find my car and plonk them in the boot, she told them. You've dropped something, Max. I'll get it for you. There. Then she rushed away again. Max did not move. He stood and stared. There, in his arms, was Esme's portfolio, with the ivy leaf that had fallen from her hair on the top. It was fate. It was green magic, helping him out at last. Max dumped his armload, retrieved the ivy leaf, picked up Esme's book and said, Dan, I'm taking this and running. Why? Asked Danny. What about seeing Esme? I thought the whole point of coming here... Cover for me, will you? I'll bring it back as soon as I can. Mate, you know you're not making sense anymore. Danny found that he was talking to himself. Max was gone. Maxie, babe, he said, shaking his head, then gathered up the whole great heap of portfolios and staggered very slowly to the car park. On the way back to look for his mum, he walked right into Esme. Esme stumbled a bit. Pardon, said Danny, blushing. Sorry, Esme. Esme's eyes narrowed, and she asked, Do I know you? No, said Danny, but I know you, Pasca. Your babysit, my friend Max. I do? You must have noticed Max. What you mean notice? Asked Esme, yawning politely behind a slim brown hand. Noticed, observed, detected, clocked. Checked out, taken in, considered or regarded, offered Danny, who was excellent at English, as well as French and maths. Regarded, says me, and then suddenly she smiled, glancing at Danny in such a way that for a moment he felt his knees become as unreliable as ever any of his brothers had. Crikey, he thought, reaching out for a wall to steady himself. Crikey, poor Max. Good poor Max? Asked Esme, and Danny realised that he had spoken aloud. I take care of his brother Louis. Mais bien sûr, j'ai remarqué, Max. She said something about Louis, Danny said, ages later, trying to recall it all for his friend, and then she said something about you. What did she say? She said, Mais bien sûr, j'ai remarqué, Max. Danny paused and looked expectantly at his friend. Come on, said Max. What's it mean? You're the one who went to Disneyland, not me. It means, said Danny, but of course I have noticed, Max. She said that? She really said that? Yep, said Danny. She did.